This Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, Professor.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good.
Give me a minute. Let me get your attendance. I have the wrong one here. Come on. Where's the correct one? I have two here. Okay, this is the third one. Oh, I think I know the mistake. I think I got it somewhere. That's, yep, that's right there. Well, I think I have it now. All right. So I will take the attendance at the end of the class. Let us begin. I was delayed by some tech problems, but we are here now, and we can begin. Yes, I opened so many pages, so let me close some of them. Close this one. Okay. First of all, let me show you what you do this week. The announcement. I always read my announcement because I put a lot of information there for you. This week we are still on chapter 3, and here are the assignments. Of course, the reading is chapter 3, so we should just continue with that. I upload my video last time, so you can also watch the video. Classwork 4 is due. Actually, I opened the wrong class here. So let me open the correct. This is a class right here. Okay. So the announcement is basically the same. It's just the date are different. Yeah, classwork 4 is due tomorrow, which will be September 12th. So I'm gonna edit this. It's due tomorrow, which is Friday. Sorry, I mean to say my mistake. Thursday is due on Thursday. It's still the same thing. No need to adjust, just Thursday. Homework 3 and homework 4 from last week, I extended it to next week. So you still have time. Keep trying them. Even if you don't finish them, just keep trying the ones you know to get stronger and stronger. Excel assignment 2 is due. It is due this weekend. It's basically I will show you in a minute. So these are the assignments that are due this week. Only 2 actually are due this week. The other 2 are homework 3 and 4 are due next week. But I put them there anyway so that to keep your mind informed about it. Now you can access this assignment, of course, by going to your modules, and then from the modules, you go to the week. This is module 3, which cover week 3 and week 4. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put week 5, extend it to week 5, because we can't finish everything on it today. So we'll finish it next week. So now this is the homework 4. Once you click on it, it will take you to my lab and mastering where you can finish it. Excel assignment 2, you can see right here. Click on it, you can see the video. Watch the video before. The video is a guide for you to know how to do this, complete this. And we have done some of them, answered some questions using Excel. So here in the class too. So, I believe you'll be familiar with that. The classwork 3, sorry, classwork 4, I'll make it available as soon as we finish the class tonight. So let's start. continuing on data description, we'll start from where we stopped last week, which is on group data, calculating the measures of central tendency and measures of variation for grouped data when the data are placed in groups. We start with the weighted mean. Weighted mean is not really it's not grouped like that. It is placed in a categorical group. So that's why I placed it here. And the formula weighted mean, a good example, we call them weighted mean because we assign weight to some of the numbers there. We assign weight to some of them. And then, so for example, good example is your credit score. You know your credit score. What determines your credit score? Your payment history. Then how many accounts you open within a given period of time. Then if you have you don't have late payments, then if you're applying for opening many accounts, and also the size of your debt, all these things that I mentioned are assigned some weight in form of percentages. They factor this all in getting you one score that we call your credit score. So that's a good example of weighted mean. Another good example of weighted mean is your GPA in your class. So that's a good example of weighted mean. I'm going to use that for this example. The formula for calculating that is weighted mean x by sum of W times x over sum of W, where W represents the weight, the individual weight of the courses that you are taking. So let us put this into practice by looking at this example here. We have, let me make it bigger. 16 should be good enough. We say the scores in various courses by, Jessica's scores. This is for the student. The student name is Jessica. Her score in various courses are presented here below. And you can see the classes she took. English 80, the credit, which is the weight. You had 3 credit loads, and she got an A on it. A represents 4 points. History, she got a credit of 3. The credit load is 3. That means the load, the weight. And she got a C. Then next is the C is 2 points. Then statistics is 4 credit load, and she got a B, which is 3 points, and so on. And the question goes, compute Jessica's grade point average. Okay, which is the GPA. So to do that, we need to make a table with the information we have. So let's see. This is the table we made with the information we are given. And we have this. Let me put it on next page so we can see it clearly. So we put them into the table, the weights and the grades. The point she has, because say that, like, for example, like biology, he got his 2 credit load, but she got a D in it. So the point she received is 1 point. So you can see all of them here. So next is to calculate this part, because it's part of the formula, sum of weight times x. So weight times x, we have 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6. 6. 4 times 3 is also 12. 2 times 1 is also 2. When you add all of this, you get a total of, you can verify this with a calculator, you get a total of 32. After you add all of them. Now you can get the calculate the GPA. We need to add the weights too. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 12. So that Now you have, let me write this down so we can put them in. I gotta put it here. For sum of W times X, I couldn't get a character here, so I'm gonna get it from a different workbook. So I'm gonna take it there, so we can get write out these parts that we will put in the formula. Sum of W is 12. So let's go and get it from this workbook. I'm sure you are familiar with this one other workbook. So you have I have that from this workbook. You have this insert the formulas. This inside the formulas. Okay, sum of right here. Sum of W times X. Let me make it bold bigger. Make it 16 or even 18. Small W times X equals 32 from the table. And the sum of W, we get it at 12. So I'm going to take this to the table so you can see what I'm talking about. In this to the 12, we have it right here. And I put it right there. So you can see that the sum of W times X is right here is 32. And the sum of W is right here, 12. So this is our thing that you put on this formula here, showing that the weighted mean becomes X bar sum of W. So sum of this, I mean, that's sum of W times X. It can gonna be equals, okay. I'm gonna make it 18. Yeah, good. So sum of W times X would be 32. 32 divided by the sum of W is 12, which is right here, 12. And that will give us Jessica's GPA. 32 by 12. Can get this from the calculator. 32 divided by 12. It was 2.67 rounded. 2.67 rounded. 2.67 is her GPA. Any question to what I just did? Guys, any question?
No.
Okay, good. Now let's do the one that is a little bit more challenging. I'm gonna move it down so we can expand it. Okay, this right here. Make it a little bit bigger. 16 should be good enough. Yeah. So the data below represents the net worth of the net worth in billions of 45 national corporations. You see the net worth, like 10 to 20 billion is two of them, 21 billion to 31 billion, 8, and so on. So you can see the net worth and the frequency. It says, compute the following. Find the mean, median, class, and the median, middle class and the mode, variance, standard deviation, and then explain your results. Now, to do that, you have to put them in form of a table like this. Make a table of this form. After that, you can now begin to answer the question in it. Okay, let's see. Now, I made a, you can see the content of the table, the midpoint, because this is a group data. For you to calculate the mean and the standard deviation, you need a midpoint. So the midpoints are X. Our frequency is given. You need a cumulative frequency since you'll be getting the median. You need to have the cumulative frequency. Then Fx, which is the frequency times X, X squared, and the frequency times X squared. So that's the thing that we need to put in the table. But they give us the interval and the frequency. So let us put the frequency. I'm going to move this down so we have enough room for this. I'll make it 16. Yeah, make it 16. So we have, it is nice, just 16. Okay, good. So let's do it. We have frequencies given, and I can see from here. I wrote it on paper. So let me just type them in. I got for the frequencies, I have 2 frequencies always given. So you just type them in. 15, 7, 10, 3. So that's when you add all this, you're gonna get a total of 45. Because there are 45 national corporations. Now let's find the midpoint. If you remember, when we did when we were doing a data presentation, I showed you how to get the midpoint. Here is the formula again. Lower class interval plus upper class interval divided by 2. For example, to get the midpoint for this class here, you gotta do the same midpoint. You can see right here, midpoint will be for this group 10 to 20. It's going to be 10, okay, plus 20 divided by 2. 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So the midpoint here is 15. So you follow the same method for all of them. And following that, I got these numbers as my answer: 26, 37, 48, 59, 70. So there's no need for total for midpoint. You don't need the total. Now, next is to remember, we are doing all this so that we'll be able to answer these 6 questions here: mean, median class and median, modal class and mode, variance, standard deviation, and then explain the results. So now, before we can answer any of those, we need to complete this table. And when we're completing this table, you have to be very careful, because any mistake you made on this table will mess up all your answers. Now let's get the cumulative frequency. Like I explained when we are doing a data presentation, for the cumulative frequency, the first cumulative frequency is the same as the first frequency. Here, the first frequency is 2. So the first cumulative frequency will be 2. To get the rest, you add to the next frequency. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 15 is 25. 25 plus 7 is 32. 32 plus 10 is 42. Okay. And then 42 plus 3 is 45. So the cumulative frequency is already added. So there's no need to add it again, because it's already added. Next is to find the frequency times x. This means that you are going to multiply the frequencies with the x. So you are multiplying, basically you are multiplying this frequency here and this midpoint. That will give us f times x. So 15 times 2 is 30. Okay. 26 times 8 will give us 208. You can verify this with your calculator. So following that method, I got the rest of them. 555. I got 336. Okay. This one I got 590. Then 210. If you add all this number, 30 plus 208 plus 555 plus 336 plus 590 plus 210, you're gonna get 19. Okay, 29. You can always verify this with your calculator. Yeah. Next is to find the x squared. That means you gotta square all this. 15 squared, for example, is going to be 15 squared means 15 times 15, I mean 15 squared. Give us 225. So you go there and put 225. Next will be 26 squared. If you go to your calculator, you try 26 squared 676. So you go there and put 676. 676. So following that method, we get the rest of them. 1369. Yeah. 48 squared. Give us 2304. 59 squared, which is this one here. 59 squared. Give us 38. 41. 38. Sorry. 3481. Then this one give us 4900. So now with that, we need this in order to get this one, which is f times x squared. In this case, you multiply the frequency times this. That means basically, excuse me. Basically, you are multiplying the frequency here times x squared in order to get excuse me, a mistake. Undo. In order to get the to use red on it. Okay, this orange is good. Yep. I'm applying this to this times that to get that. Okay. So we have 2 times 225. Okay. 2 times 225. Give us 450. So you got 450 for that one. 450. 450. You can verify this with your calculator. So following that method, I keep multiplying this column, numbers here, with the number here. For example, 8 times 676 will give us 5408. You can verify this with your calculator always. So following that method, I got the rest. 205, 35. Got 161. Okay, 28. For this one, I got 348. 10. For this one, I got 147. 00. And when you add all of them, you got 92. 031. Okay. Now, with this, now we're ready to answer all these questions. Let's start with the mean. Now, we know that from here, these are the part of the formulas. Now we have all this. Sum of f times x squared is right here. You can see right here, 92,031. Sum of f times x is right here, 1929. Sum of f is right here, 45. So let me write this down so we can go and calculate them. So I have sum of f times x squared is it is 92,031. Sum of f times x is this one, 1929. Then sum of f is this one, 45. Sum of f equals to 45. So let's go and calculate the mean using this. So I can't put the formula here. So let's do it on the other workbook. So you can say mean, which we present with x bar equals 1 minute. Okay. Mean equals this I'm gonna put the fraction here. So you have sum of f times x over the sum of f. Now, you already know from the other workbook here that sum of f times x is 1929 and sum of f is 45. You just put the numbers in there and that will give us the mean, which is 1929 divided by 45. And that will give us the mean. 1929 from the calculator have 1929 divided by 45 is 42.9 rounded. 42.9 rounded. 42.9 billion. 42.9 billion. Oh, excuse me. Billion. Yeah, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it in our main workbook since we have gotten the answer. So the mean is this 42.9 billion. How do you interpret this? So you say the average net worth of the national corporation is 42.9 billion. Why do I interpret it? Because you get your answer, you interpret it. And in that question, it says, explain your results. See? He also mentioned that to explain your results. So I'm explaining them as I get the answer. Our first answer is mean, and it is 42.9 billion, which means that the average net worth of this national corporation is 42.9 billion. Any question on this? Guys, any question? No question.
No.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Now let's find the median then. The second question says, find the median class and the median. Because this is the group data. Before you can find the median, we have to find a class that will contain the median. It's basically for group data, unlike ungroup data, where you can put them in order from the smallest to largest and identify the median from the middle. This one is a group, they're in groups, so it is only estimates we can get. It's estimate of the median. So here, let's find the median class first. First of all, some books can use formulas. It's still to get it, it's still estimates. Let's find the median class. Total, we have the total frequency equals, you can see right there, total frequency is, see, frequency right here, total is 45. So median is halfway. So that means half of 45, halfway through 45, excuse me, through 45 will be equal to 45 divided by 2. Halfway with 45 by 2. Now you can get 45 by 2, 45 divided by 2 is 22.5. So halfway is going to be 22.5. 22.5. So the median should be around this area, 22.5. So we go back to our table and look at the cumulative frequency. 10 is too far away from 22.5. It is only this number 25 is closest to 22.5. And when you follow it to the left, all the way to the left, you see that this is the median class right there. Because even 32 is far away from 22.5. So this one is the closest to 22.5. That gives us the median class as 32 to 42. Median class 32 to 42. So that's the median class, which is 32 to 42. So that the median now becomes median, of course, you know, this is an estimate, equals midpoint of the median class, which will be, what is the midpoint on the median class? Now look at the median class right here, and the midpoint is 37. Midpoint is 37. That is 37 billion becomes our median. That's 7 billion. Okay. So what does this mean? It means that half of the national corporations have net worth of 37 billion. It's for a different class, that's 7 billion or less. And the other half have a median of 37 billion or more. And that's the interpretation. I'll say this is, so I want me to upload this for you. Any question on this one? So no question. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So you calculated the median by looking at the cumulative frequency and you had the total from there. And you said 22 is closer to 25. That's how you got that answer.
Yeah, you have to get, first of all, look at the total frequency and go halfway of that, which is 22.5. So after getting that 22.5, that is halfway through the, remember the median is the middle number in the middle. So because this is a grouped frequency, group data, you can only estimate halfway through that data, which we got by dividing 45 by 2. And that gave us 22.5. Then we go to the relative frequency. I'm sorry, cumulative frequency, and find that number that is closest to 22.5. That number is 25. Then you follow it to the left. That gives you the median class. And the midpoint of that class becomes your median.
Okay.
All
right.
All right. So now next is the modal class and the mode. Of course, you know that the mode is the number that have the highest frequency. So the modal class, I look at the number that have the highest frequency. Look at the frequencies. The highest frequency is 15. And the class that corresponds to that is the 34 to 32 to 42. So modal class is also 32 to 42. So that the, so my mistake, yeah, right here, 32 to 42. This is just a coincidence that the median class and the modal class are the same. It's just a coincidence. And the mode is the midpoint of the modal class. And that modal class is right here. And the midpoint is 37. That means the mode is also 37 billion. 37 billion. That becomes your mode, which means that most of the national corporations have net worth of, or majority of them have net worth of 37 billion. So with that, we can now answer the rest of the question. We'll answer the mean median mode. Let's look at the next question they ask us. They want us to find the variance and the standard deviation. To do that, we need these two sections. We need this, and we need that. And we already know that sum of f times x squared, which is this one here, is 92,031. Sum of f times x is this one here, 1929. And sum of frequency is here, which is 45. Let's use it to find the variance and the standard deviation. So I'll take you to the where we can put the formula in right here. We have the variance equals put the fraction, have sum of f times x squared, sum of f times x squared. Okay, this minus we have the sum of f times x. F times x all squared over the sum of the frequency, sum of f divided by sum of f minus 1. Okay, equal. Now I can put all this in. Remember, let me refresh your memory again with these numbers. Sum of f times x squared is 92,031, and it is right here. Sum of f times x is this one here. Sum of f is this one here. So let's go and plug them in to the formula and get our answer for the variance. Okay, we have this, we have 92,031 minus got this. We have 1929 all squared over sum of f, which is 45 corporations. Okay, divided by sum of f minus 1. Let me make it because I think I made it, let me make it 14. 14 should be good enough. Okay. Or even 16. Probably 16 will be better. Okay. Divided by say sum of f minus 1, which is 45 minus 1. So let us put this in a calculator. Okay. And put this in a calculator. Put this right there. And I write it down. Variance 92031 minus 1929 squared over 45 divided by 45 minus 1. Let's go and put it in the calculator. So we got you have 922,031. No, excuse me. Minus you have 1929 squared over 45 divided by 45 minus 1. 212.3. Give me 212.3. That's the balance. So I'm gonna go and put it right here. So you got 212.3. Probably I can make it 14 then if this one is too much. Okay, 14. So I'm gonna copy this, go to our main workbook, and then paste it there to get our variance. Right here, we've got the variance. Then next is to find the standard deviation. I can make it bigger, like, okay. Yep, that's the variance. So our answer we got for the variance here. Okay. Anyway, I think you get, but then the standard deviation is just the square root of the variance. So let's go and get it. Standard deviation I'm gonna make it 18 again because it's too tiny here. Standard deviation equals the square root of variance. Square root of the variance. Which is the square root of variance. Square root of variance means variance is 212.3. So the square root of that, square root of 212.3. Which gives us the standard deviation of, you can now let me write it on paper, as the square root of 212.3. Let's go and get it from the calculator. Okay, the square root of 212.3. 14.6. 14.6. 14.6 rounded. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it on our main workbook. That gives us the standard deviation. Okay. Questions on this? Any question?
No question.
Okay. So let's look at now. We can now move on to the measures of position. We call them measures of position because they tell us, or they help us to locate the relative position of a data value in a distribution or in a data set. So, for example, let's say a credit score. If your credit score fell in the 75th percentile, for example, that means your credit score is better than 75% of Americans. So, anyway, I think you get the point. There are 4 of them we'll be looking at, actually 3. But 4, I wrote 4 here. The first one is the standard score. The other one is the percentile. Then the third one is the decile, and then the quartile. So we'll be focusing more on the standard score, percentiles, and quartiles. That's what I'm interested in for this class. Standard score simply means the number of standard. It shows us, it tells us the number of standard deviations that a data value falls from the mean. How many standard deviation does that value fall from the mean? And to calculate it, we use this formula. Value minus z equals value minus mean of our standard deviation. We also call it z-score. Or I can just use it this way. Z equals to x minus mean of a standard deviation, where z represents the standard score, x represents the data value, and delta represents the standard deviation, because the mean remain. For the percentiles, percentile divide the data set into 100 equal parts. If I give a test and your score falls within the 81st percentile, that means you perform better than 81% of all the students who took the test. That's for percentile. For quartiles divide the data set into 4 equal groups, separated by Q1, Q2, and Q3, which are the ones that we are interested in. Q1 represents first quartile, Q2 represents second quartile, and then Q3 represents third quartile. So the mid quartile simply means first quartile plus third quartile divided by 2. We also have what we call interquartile range. Interquartile range. Let me put it right here. Interquartile range, which is the third quartile minus first quartile. Interquartile range. Okay. IQR. 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 Okay. So that our IQR equals first quartile, sorry, top quartile minus first quartile. Okay. Now, there's sometimes you might even look at data set to see if you can find outliers. So an outlier, of course, the value that is standing out from the group. We can use this formula to find it. We're gonna do some example tonight. Okay. Another thing we'll be looking at, if time permits, is what is called the exploratory data analysis. The purpose here is to examine the data set to find out if there's any information we can get about the data set. Information like the center and the spread. Yeah. So let's start with the z-score. How to compute this easiest one? How to compute the z-score? That's the easiest. It says here. Let's try with this one example. It says a student score on a math test that has a mean of a student score on a math test that has a mean of 54 and the standard deviation of 3. Okay, a student scores 60 on a math test that has a mean of 54 and the standard deviation of 3. And she scores 80 on a history test with a mean of 75 and the standard deviation of 2. On which test did she perform better? Let's do it. Okay. Solution. So let's put the numbers in. For this one, for this is a math test. For math test has a mean. Let me put a symbol for mean here. For the mean of 54 according to the question. I'll make this bigger. Let's make it 18. Okay. It's a mean of 54. Mean of 54. Okay. And the standard deviation of 3. Give me 1 minute. Mean of 54. And the standard deviation of, we got 3. So I'm gonna put delta, which represents standard deviation, delta symbol equals 3. That's for math test. Then for history test, the same student has a mean of 80. Mean of sorry, he's got a mean of 75. That test has a mean of 75. And then standard deviation of what? I'll put it right here. And then, move it. This standard deviation is 2. Okay. Now, this is the math test with a mean of 54 and then standard deviation of 3. This is a history test with a mean of 75 and standard deviation of 2. So his student score for the math test is scored 60. X equals 60. Now we have for the history test, she scored 80, so X equals 80. So let's calculate the standard score. Remember the formula is let me get the formula for you right here. I gotta get it from here. Formula is right here. Okay. Yeah. So let's find it for history. For maths. Z score for maths. Z equals. I'm gonna make this thing bigger so you can see it clearly. So for the mass, X is 60, so you gotta be 60. minus mean of 54 divided by standard deviation of 3. So let me write this down. Z equals 60. Oh, my mistake. Her score, yes, 60, right? Yeah, I'm correct. 60 minus 54 by 3. So we can go and get it from the calculator. Where's the calculator? Right here. Got 60 minus 54 divided by 3. 2. 2. 2.0, okay? So you got 2.0 for that. 2.0. So the score here is 2 standard deviations above the mean. The score in the math test is 2 standard deviations above the mean. Now for the history test, you got Z equals, okay, say X minus mean divided by standard deviation. So our X here is 80 minus the mean of 75 divided by standard deviation of 2. So I'm going to do that one. So 2.0. The other one is Z equals 80 minus 75 over 2. So that we have 80 okay, 80 minus 75 divided by 2. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. Okay. So in both cases, the scores are above average, but this one history, his score is 50, is 2.5 standard deviation. Okay, let me interpret this. Interpretation. So let me write this down. Okay, make it 18. So you have this one is above average, but it's only 2.2 standard deviation above the average. For history, is 2.5 standard deviation above average. So his score in the history is better. The student score in history is better because it is 2.5 standard deviations above the mean. Okay. Whereas that of math is 2.0 standard deviations above the mean. So that score is better, definitely. Score in history, better. Any question on that one? Yeah. No question. Good. So you can do this one as a practice for just for your practice. Let's go to next thing in line, which is percentiles. How to calculate percentiles. Now, percentiles divide a data set into 100 equal parts. That's what, and to calculate percentile, we need 2 formulas. it depends on what is being asked. You might be asked to calculate the percentile rank, or you might be asked to locate the percentile. Okay. Let's do the example here. See, a teacher gave I'm gonna move this down. A teacher gave a 20-point test to 10 students. The scores are shown here. I see the scores on the screen. It says find the percentile rank of the score of 12. Find the percentile rank of the score of 6. Find the value that corresponds to the 25th percentile. That is, means to locate the 25th percentile on the list. Okay. Then have another one that's the way they ask is they can also say find the 50th percentile, the score that corresponds to 50th percentile. That means to locate the 60th percentile. Okay. Now you can do all this. You can do all this by first thing you can do is to put the data set in order from the smallest to largest, and then you apply this to for the part A and B. Apply this from this formula here: percentile rank, number of values below X plus 0.5, which 0.5 is part of the formula, divided by total number of values times 100. So let's say first one says find the percentile rank of the score of 12. So the first thing is to put them in order. I arrange the numbers in order. Number of items we have there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 students. See, these are the score of 10 students. So 10 of them. Okay. The scores of 10 students. And you're looking for the percentile rank of the score of 12. So you're looking for the percentile rank. Okay, score of 12. Score X, which is 12. So that in that case, percentile rank will be number of values below X plus 0.5 divided by total number of values times 100. So I'm going to write this on the paper. Let me write the formula here. Oh, it's here already. So let's put this in the calculator. I have our X to be 12 and our N to be 10. Okay. Now, number of values, total number of items. So now, let me go and put this in. So the formula is, okay, let's see. How many numbers? See, 12. How many numbers are below 12 here? You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers are below 12. But see, the number of values below 12, below X. And since our S is 12, numbers below 12 are go from 10 down. Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are below 12. So let me write it down, and then we can put it on the calculator, put it in the other workbook, put it in a formula. So have okay, times 10 over 10 times 100. So let's go and put it in. So now we know that number of values below 12 is 6 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go and put this on our workbook. Percentile rank. Rank equals number of values below X, which is 6 of them, plus 0.5. So we're gonna put it that. Okay, gonna be 6 plus 0.5. 0.5 is part of the formula. Divided by total number of values. I mean, how many numbers we have? That's what you mean by total number of values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means it's 10. So it's gonna be 10. Then times 100. Times 100. So let's get this out from the calculator. I'll take it to the calculator so I can get it from there. We got 6 plus 0.5 by 10 times 100. 65. So 65th percentile. So I'm gonna copy this and put it on our main workbook. If you have a question, ask me. I don't respond to text where I'm teaching. If you have a question, ask me here. I'm here now. Got this? So that means because this question was about find the percentile rank of the score of 12. And we got it to be 65th percentile, which means that any student the score of 12 falls in the 65th percentile, so that any student that had that score performed better than 65% of the class. Question on this? Any question? Right. Excellent, excellent. So let's answer on part B then. Part B says find the percentile rank or the score of 6. For that, we have still have our total number of values to be 10, because there's 10 numbers there. Then this one will have score of 6. So score of 6, score X is 6. Now, so how many numbers are less than 6? Because it says here, number of values below X. See 1, 2, only 3. 1, 2, 3 numbers. 3 numbers are less than 6. So we can use it to calculate our percentile. So we have here, change this to 3. And then it will give us the percentile. I go to calculator, change that to 3. $35. So we have 35th percentile. Yeah. So we answered part A and B. Okay, passive percentile. So the passive percentile, 35th percentile, if you have a score of 3, you perform better than 35% of all the students who took the tests. So that's how to find the percentile rank. Now, the top question says, find the values that correspond to the 25th percentile. That means locate the 25th percentile. In that case, you use this location formula right here. The formula for location, finding the location, okay? Where PR equals the location factor, actually PL, yeah, the PL. Location number then, and it's total number of values, and P is percentile. Let's look at part D. Says, so, and we have 10 numbers. And they asked us to find the 25th percentile. So I'm going to make P 25. 5. Okay. And then we can you see how our scores are here already. So and they are arranged in order from the smallest to largest. So let's plug it into this information to this formula, and we'll get our 25th percentile. Why is P25? Because it's asking us for the 25th percentile. So we have P25 equal as 25th percentile, maybe it's 18, equal, yeah, make it and bold it. It's a n times p of 100. So n is 10 times p25 100. So we have 10 times 25 by 100. 2.5. You got 2.5. So once you get 2.5, 2. Each time you do this and you get a decimal number, go to the next whole number, which is the third number. That way you can count it, get a percentile. One, say the third number, that means 1, 2, 3, 5. So that means that the score of 5 corresponds to the 25th percentile. The score of 5 corresponds to 20th percentile. And the last question on that section asks us to find the value that corresponds to the 60th percentile. In that case, we are using the same formula. We have 60 this time, N is 10, but P is 60. So when you plug it in, P is 60, percentile of 60 equals, make this sub, okay. N times P 100, that means 10 times, excuse me, 10 times 60 by 100. Excuse me. Which is 600. Which is 6 into 6. 6. Now, 6 is not a whole number. So you're gonna use the 6th value and the 7th value. Okay? Because it's not a whole number. So anyway, it's not a decimal. If it is 6.5 or 6.1, you can just do this. Go to the next number, which is 7th. Just like we did this one. When it's 2.5, we went straight to the third number. Because the number that comes after 2.5 is 3. Here is not a decimal, it's a whole number. In that case, you do the 6th plus the 5th value divided by 6th value plus the 7th value. That is, this equals the 7th number, 6th number, right? Plus the 7th number divided by 2. And the 5th number in the list is, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10th. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10. And the 7th number is 11. Is 12. Plus 12 divided by 2. That gives us 11. So that means that the score of see, what is it again? It's a percentage, find the number that corresponds to the 60th percentile. So the number 11, the score of 11 corresponds to the 60th percentile. I have it right. The score of 11 corresponds to the 60th percentile. Okay. Any question on that?
No questions.
Good. Excellent. Now let's look at the quartiles now, computing the quartiles. Quartiles divide the data set into 4 equal parts, separated by Q1, Q2, and Q3. So you can see the relationship between the quartiles and the percentile. Okay, maybe 12 should be good, better. 12 should be better, okay? See, first quartile, which is the first 25%, correspond to the 25th percentile. Second quartile, which sometimes it is called the median. A second quartile, I mean, sometimes they call it median, correspond to the 50th percentile. And Q3, which is the third quartile, correspond to the 75th percentile. So because of this relationship, we can use the same formula that we use to find the percentile value to find the quartile. We can try that using this example here. example says the number of nuclear power plants in the top 15 nuclear power producing countries in the world are listed here. And they want you to find the following. They want you to find the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, interquartile range, mid quartile, and then they also want you to check the data set for outliers. So let's do it. Now, of course, you know that the first thing is to arrange number in ascending order from the smallest to the largest. Then you can now find the first quartile. How many numbers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 countries. And they're arranged now. So we have 15 right here. The first quartile, remember, is the first 25%. You see right here, 25% Q1. So the RP will be 25. So that the first quartile now become Q1. Q1 equals N times P. You can see the formula right here. N times P over 100. That means 15 times 25. 25 by 100. 15 times 25 by 100. So let's see. 15 times 25. 15 times 25. 100. 3.75. 3.75. 3.75. Now you go to the next whole number. After 3 is 4. That's the fourth number. So you can now count it. For the fourth number is the first number is the Q1. So you have 1, 2, 3, 10. First number is 10. 10 is the Q1. 10. What does this mean? It means that about 25% of all the countries have 10 or less nuclear power plants. Excuse me. Water. Any question on this?
Why this one you didn't have to find the median again?
I didn't find the median because it's not a whole number. I think you're referring to this one, the percentile. You're referring to this one, right?
Right.
Yeah, because this one will have a whole number. When you have a whole number, you do that number plus the next number. But when you have a decimal, you go right to the next number, which is 3, Like here, we have a decimal as our answer, 3.75. So we get to the next number after 3 is 4. I mean the fourth number.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go and count it from the list, the fourth number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's find Q2. Q2, the same process. We still have the same number of items. Okay, so that you have 15 countries. And you say Q2, remember, it's the first 50. Please 50 here. Because Q2 is the same as the 50th percentile. So that Q2 becomes N times P. We have 15. Okay, times 50 over 100. See? 15 times. So I can just go there and change this to 50. 7.5. 7.5. Which is the 8th number. And that gives us, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 18. Yeah. So next is they want us to find the third quartile. The third quartile. Third quartile, if you remember, is the first 75%, which is this one is the 75th percentile. So in that case, for the third quartile, we're gonna use the same N is still 15, but P is at 75 this time. So that Q3 becomes N, which is 15 times P, which is 75 over 100. So you go to the calculator and change the 50 to 75. Give me 11.25. 11.25. So it's a decimal. So what number comes out after 11, which is 12? The 12th number. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is 31. We have it. So we can now we have gotten our Q1, Q2, and Q3. Next thing they ask us to get is the right here is the interquartile range and the mid-quartile. So those are the simple ones. IQR formula is right here. IQR will be Q3 minus Q1. And our Q3, remember our Q3 was 31, which means that about 75% of the countries have 31 or less nuclear power plants. Okay, just 1 minute. Yep. So now, anyway, now Q3 is 31 minus Q1, which is first thing the answer we get for Q1 is 10. Q1 is 10. It's 10. Okay, 31 minus 10. 31 minus 10. 21. So that gives us 21. The IQR is 21. And the mid-quartile is simply Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2. So that we can have it here. Mid-quartile. Quartile. Because Q1 is 10. Q3 is 31, as you already know. Divided by 2. That gives us the mid-quartile, 20.5, I think. 20.5. You can verify this with the calculator. 20.5. You have calculated the Q1, Q2, Q2, then IQR, and then mid-quartile. So let us do this final question on that. The final question there, it says, check the data set for outlier. Let's see if there's an outlier here. So to do that, for the check for outlier, excuse me. Yeah, we used it. There's a formula we use to make outlier. That formula involves the IQR. So you have all these answers. We have the Q3, we know our Q1. So anyway, we have our IQR as 21. So now to answer that question, it says we need to get the lowest end, lower part of it equals Q1, excuse me, Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. That will give us lower end. Notice that 1.5 is a part of the formula. So our Q1 was that's the first quartile was 10. So we have it right there as 10 minus 1.5, okay, times our IQR is from the previous calculation is 21. 21. So checking this on the calculator, we have okay, 10 minus 1.5 times IQR is interquartile range. It's right here. IQR is, oh, we have it already. It's 21, sorry, 21. 21 times 21. Give me negative 21.5. Negative 21.5. So go and put that. Negative 21.5. Negative 21.5. Then we repeat the process for the upper end. Upper equals, for this time we use Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. Okay, 1.5 times IQR. So I'm gonna be Q3 equals Q3 equals 31 plus 1.5 times 21, which is the IQR. I mean, you can see the IQR. So 21, let's put it, go and put it in. So we're gonna use write this down. So pen. I get 31 plus 1.5 times 21. Let's go and put calculator. So you got 31 plus, okay, 1.5 times IQR of 21. Oh, 21. 62.5. 62.5. So I'm going to put it in. 62.5. So now let us, because remember, what we are trying to do is to find out where if there's an outlier here, right? So let's go back to, see, the question was, it says, check the data set for an outlier. So now we have the upper and lower ends for the data sets. Let's check the lower end. I'm going to place the data sets. Let me get the data set and place it right, this data set right here. Let me place it there so we can be looking at it while we solve this. The data set is right here. So you see, let's check the lower end first. You can see that there's these numbers, there's none of them is less than 21, negative 21.5. Yeah, none of them is less than that. And this one, let's say the upper end. Okay. None of these, will I say what number in this list is bigger than 62.5? It is only 104 that is bigger than 62.5. That is becoming our outlier. So our outlier becomes equals 104 because it is the only number in the list that is bigger than the upper end. Any questions on this? Yeah, no questions. So now, excellent. What we just did, I will show you how you can get this you can do this with Excel. Excel can help you to get this faster events. So let's put this first thing, of course, in Excel, as you already know. First thing is to put the data sets in. So I'm going to take you to that place, to Excel. So you can see how I can do this in Excel. So I'm going to put that this list of numbers I have here. I'm going to put it in Excel because that is what the question is about. They give us the country that have the nuclear power plants, and they want us to find all this first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, interquartile range, and then mid quartile, and then of course check it for the outlier. So let's do it on Excel. You can see that it will simplify the whole process. So let me put the numbers. Okay. What is the list again? Yep, got it. The list. So I got 7. Let me make this in all this section should be 16. Okay. So got 7, 18. Okay, we got 11, 6, 59, 17, 18, 17, 18, 54, 104, 20, 31, 8, 10, 15, 19. Okay, let me make sure they're up to 15. I put 1 here. Let's see if they're up to 15. Let's see. Okay. Yep, that's 15 number. Okay, good, excellent. So that 15. Now we are asked to find the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, interquartile range, mid quartile, and then check it for outlier. And we did it already. I want to show you how you can do it in Excel. So I'm gonna type in what we're looking for here. First quartile, quartile, tier 1, second quartile, tier 2, third quartile, tier 3, interquartile range, okay. We need to find I think they want us to find a mid quartile as well. Mid quartile. Okay. What else do they want us to find? Let me see. Yeah, third quartile, interquartile, and mid quartile, and check the data set for outlier. Okay, good. So that means we need to get the lower and upper. Lower and upper. So I'm gonna make this thing. We can now have make the outlier, find the outlier from there. Okay, let's make this more, look better than this. So, because we have the interquartile range, make it like that. Okay, so I can make it, look a little bit more better, look more nice, more good. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this. That's better now. Yeah, for the first quartile, just put the Excel command. Remember, before you can do any work in Excel, you need to find the put equal sign, I mean to say equal. So we are calculating quartile. So I'm gonna put this. I put equal sign for then type quartile. It will pop out. Let's use this one, quartile.exe. Double click on it. I highlight all numbers, comma. Once you put comma, you can see that the first quartile is one represents first quartile. See, 1 of first quartile, which is 25 percentile. Type 1, then press the enter key, giving the 10 as first quartile. And when you look at the one we did on the workbook, we saw that our first quartile is also 10. See, Q1 equals to 10. So for the second quartile, the same process. Say that second quartile we use 2 equal type quartile dot it pops out. Double click, then highlight all the numbers. Call it the array, comma. For the second quartile is 2, which is the median, which is the 50th percentile. 2. Then press the enter key. 18, which is exactly what we got from our calculation. Second quartile, Q2 is 18. Now look at the third quartile. The third quartile, same process. Let's try this time. Quartile pops out. Quartile.exe. Double click. Get the array of numbers. Okay. Come on. Try this time. Yeah. 31, which is exactly what we got from our third quartile. If you remember, let me show you. Third quartile is 31. See? Now our IQR interquartile range. It just be Q3 minus Q1 means equals to Q3 minus Q1. Give me 21, which is exactly what we have on that one. 21, see 21 right there. Now for mid quartile, same process. Mid quartile equals, but this time we're using Q2, Q1, Q1 plus Q2 divided by 2, Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2, Q1 plus Q3. Okay. Divided by 2. Forward slash is division symbol in Excel. Okay. Right. So now that we have it, we can have our find our lower end. Lower end. Remember, the formula we use for that is right here together. See, Q1 plus Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. Okay, let's go and put it right there. Equals Q1 is 10 minus, put parentheses here, type 1.5 times the asterisk symbol is the times. That's our IQR. IQR is 21. Close the parentheses, then press the enter key. Negative 21.5, which is the same thing that we got from here. Okay. Now, for Q3, use for upper end, we use Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. So for the upper equals Q3, which is third quartile, 31 plus parentheses. I made this in. It's not showing big. It should be 16. Okay. Equal Q3 plus the 1.5 times IQR of 21, and close the parentheses. Then when you press the enter key, you get that 62.5, which is again is exactly what we have here.
How'd you get 1.5?
It's part of the formula. See the formula right here. It's a part of the formula, yes, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Okay, then, so we can now check this for outlier. So to figure it out, let's see, we can arrange it in order. From here, highlight all of them. It goes, see where we have sort, and filter. Click on that. See sort smallest to largest. I choose that. See, you have started it from smallest to largest. That's that there's no number that is smaller than -21.5 here. But there's a number that is bigger than 2.5, and that is 104. So our outlier becomes 104. You can just type it in, or I can just click here, put equal sign, and click on 104. Press enter key. I'll give you the outlier right there. 104. So that's, see, it simplified the whole process. Any question on this one? Before we solve the last example for tonight. Okay.
Can you add this into the modules as well?
You mean the Excel file?
The Microsoft file.
I have two Microsoft files here. I have a Word document or an Excel. So which one do you want? The one do this document here, the Word will be there.
Yes, that one. Yep.
Of course, I'll put it there. Okay. So let's solve the last question then. We're gonna use Excel to solve the last question. Exploratory, it comes under the topic exploratory data analysis. Like I explained a few minutes ago, our goal in doing this exploratory data analysis is just to examine our data set to figure out if there's, whatever information we can get, like the spread or the center, Now, let's look at an example that's a question that's asked us to, that will require us to do exploratory data analysis. It says a stockbroker recorded the number of clients she saw each day over an 11th-day period. So it said the data are shown below. It says identify the 5. See, this is the data. How many clients he saw on the 11th-day period? 33, 38. On one day, she saw 33 clients. On the other day, she saw 38 clients, and so on. So we say, identify the 5-number summary and construct a box plot to represent this data. Now, first thing we do is to arrange them in order. But since we're using Excel, I'm just going to remove this part. So we just enter the data set in Excel. Okay. Let me see. Yep. Let me enter it in Excel. Okay. But I want you to know that the 5-number summary, to get it, we need the minimum value. We need the maximum value. We need the first quartile, which is Q1. We need the second quartile, which is Q2. The third quartile, which is the Q3. Consider that we need 5 things. That's why they call it the 5-number summary. And they also want us to construct a box plot to represent this data. So now I'm going to enter these numbers in the Excel, because that was simply, now I have already shown you how to get this with formula. So I'm going to use Excel now to do this one. So now so you can get familiar with that one as well. So let's put it in Excel. I'm going to take you to Excel. Excel right here. I'm going to open a new file, a new folder, and put these numbers in. So all these numbers they give us here, 33, 38. I'm going to put it in Excel. Okay. 33. I'm going to make the whole of this section to be 16. Okay, I got 33, 38. I got 43, 30, 29, 40, 51, 27, 42, 23, 31. Let me see 11 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to find the 5-number summary. That means we need the minimum, maximum, first quartile, Q1, Q1, second quartile, Q2, third quartile, Q3, that's all we need. So let's get them. And just make this look better, right? Like this. Let's get the minimum, first of all. The minimum value. To get that just equal, put equal sign, type minimum. It will pop out, MIN. Double click on it and highlight. Press the enter key. Give it 23 is the minimum. Maximum, type MAX. Oh, excuse me. Put equal sign first. MAX. The mask shows up, double click, highlight. Press the enter key. P1 is the maximum value. Then first quartile, of course, equals type quartile. .exe shows up, double click on it, highlight this, comma. For the first quartile, as you can see here, 1 is the first quartile, which is the first 25%, type 1. Where's the enter key? 29 is there, that's the first quartile. Second quartile, got equals quartile. Pops out, double click. Array of numbers, comma, 2 for second quartile. Press the enter key. 33. Third quartile equals quartile. .exe, double click, shows up, array of numbers, comma, third quartile. 3 for third quartile. Enter. So we have the 5 numbers. So let me write them out so we can now go and finish up that one. I got minimum is 23. Maximum is 51. Q1, 29. Q2, 33. And Q3, 42. So let's go and put them there. And that becomes our 5-number summary. Maximum is 1. Sorry, so minimum is 23. Maximum is 51. Q1 is 29. Q2 is 33. Q3 is 42. So these are, when they say 5-number summary, that's your 5-number summary right there. So that's the 5-number summary. I see them right here. See, that's the 5-number summary right there. That's it. Any question on this yet? No question. Excellent. Now you can now, because it's also said to draw a box plot. Let us draw the box plot here. Smallest number is 23, so I can start from 20. I can say 20. Okay, I think I went up to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. But we have the maximum is 51, so we're gonna go one more. 55. So I can, make it one more gap for each of them. Each of them. Okay. And that's it. I can draw the box plot. Draw the line. Okay. For the box, I'll use this. Now you can see that this Q1 is 29, Q3 is Q3 is 42. 29 should be around here. So I'm gonna place it from there. Okay, right. Q3 is 42, should be around here. See, and then Q3 42, Q2 is 33, which should be somewhere here. So I'm gonna place it right here, that's 3. So we got 29 for Q1, 33 for Q2, and 42 for Q3. Then we're gonna put the whiskers for the 23. 23 should be, this is 20, 25, 23 should be around here. Yep, 23 should be around here. 23, yes, 23. Then 51 is the maximum, so you gotta be somewhere here. 51. So those would be our whiskers. Let me put the whiskers right there. Okay.
Will we have to do this on Excel as well?
Yeah, some Excel can do, some versions of Excel can do it. I will show you in a minute. So you can see the box plots right there. Now, you can see that this side is bigger than this side. Because of that, we say that the data set is skewed. I mean, the right side is bigger than the left side structure. So we say that it is the stockbrokers data sets is skewed to the right, but it's straight on the right side. Skewed to the right. Now, you can do this in Excel. Like you said, you can do it in Excel. We have the data set in Excel already. Like here, they're here. So to do that in Excel, highlight the data set. Yeah. I hope you guys can see this. Yep. Highlight it. I mean, some version of Excel cannot, like the old versions can't do it, but the current version we have now can do that. Yes. I don't know if my own can do it. Let me see if mine can do it. Mine should be current. So you say insert. Now you choose this chart. Choose more because it doesn't show here. So choose more. When you choose more, you can see that we have, see we have box and whisker right here. Box and whisker. Click on that, and it give you the box plot. You just put it in a vertical form. Click OK. So right there. Now you can add the data labels. See, added it. So you can see the grid lines. So I can say here, box plot for stockbroker data. You can do it that way. And then you can see that if you did it in Excel, you have to upload the Excel file. You can see the number, you can see it. Let me make it bigger so you can see what I'm talking about here. can see those numbers that have the scale. See, instead of put it in a vertical form, you can see I see 33, 42, 29. 29, 33, 42. You can see. Then you can see the 23 and 51 as well. 23 and 51. 23 and 51. And they use a scale of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I use 5, 10, 15. So it's still the same thing. Any question before we round up for tonight?
No.
So let me take your attendance and then this ones you can use this as a practice for yourself. Let me take your, when we see next week, we'll do the empirical rule. I'm gonna take your attendance. I have some names already, but I need more. Can I expand this? Oops, excuse me, sorry. Yeah. I got Ania Willis. I got Brooks. Thompson, Dante Thompson. I got, who's Eric? Eric, can you say your last name?
Yeah, Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody has iPhone guest. Who's iPhone guest? I got Jenkins. I got Dali. Dali. Kimura Dali. Okay, I got it right here. I got, if I call your name, you're free to leave after I call your name. Graham, I got Graham. Maria, it's Maria. Maria, what's your last name? Miss Maria? Right. Marcus Graham, I got Marcus.
Professor?
Peacock, I got Peacock.
Professor?
Yes, ma'am.
I think iPhone is me. It's Sharaya. Curlew.
What's your last name?
Curlew, Kerlew.
Say the last name again.
Curlew, Kerlew.
Oh, I see it. All right, got it. I got your name now. Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Got Coolman. Got Coolman. If I call your name, you can leave after that. Floyd. Who's Floyd? Oh, I got like here, Floyd right here. Jones, Rodney Jones. I got Rodney Jones. I got Tamila Gross. Yeah. I got Harris. Yeah, that's Harris. Harris right here. I got Machuku. Yeah, Machuku. Yep, that's him right here. I got Zakia Webster. Got Zoom user. Okay, I'm the owner. I'm the guest. Who's Zoom user? Guest. Who's that name? You Zoom user guest. Yeah. Alyssa. Alyssa, what's your last name? Alyssa, what's your last name? Let's see the name. What's the last name here? All right, let's see that. All right, who else? I have two names and I have to figure out who is the Zoom user guest.
Did you call my name?
What's her name?
Kamora?
What's her last name?
Bailey?
Yeah, I've called yours already. Zoom user. Who is that name? This is last call. Okay, how about Alyssa? Alyssa iPhone. What's her last name? Alyssa, last name. What's your last name, Alyssa? I'll go now. All right, guys, I see you guys on next
Did you call my name?
What's your name?
Jasmine Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Sade Jenkins.
Yeah, I've checked. I've already called your name. I have your name.
Okay.
All right, so you guys.
Professor, I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had submitted for classwork 2, and you gave me a 0 on it, and then I responded back because I didn't do an Excel. I have wrote it out. So if I submit the Excel, will you review it again? Because I didn't know that we had to have it in Excel form for that particular one. And the other, in classwork 1 and classwork 3, you did specify that it needed to be in Excel format. So I didn't know it needed to be that way.
No, it doesn't have to be in Excel. What I say that if you did it in Excel, you have to submit a file so I can verify your answers. If you do
Okay.
it, if you do it on paper, you have to show your work to get a credit.
Okay.
I have to take a picture of it and upload.
Okay.
So in your own case, I couldn't verify your this thing. And it's now,
Right.
this was last week. So if you need a makeup on that, then
Yes.
you have to request for that makeup. It is on November, second week of November that I started giving makeups. So that time,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
if you maintain a good attendance,
Yeah.
when I say good attendance, I mean at least 70%. The
Okay.
second week of November, you can request for up to 5 assignments to make up.
Okay.
So during
Okay.
that time, you can request for this. Then I will.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to.
Okay.
Attendance have to be up to 70%. If it's not, I can't. But if it's up to 70%, yes, we can request up to 5 different assignments.
Okay.
I have a question too.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I did text you on the Remind app, but just for that the project assignment that we had, because I told you
Is it Excel assignment?
the project that we had, yeah.
Excel assignment. Is that, are you talking about the one that it was due last week?
Yeah, the one that was the most recent due. Like, remember I texted you and asked you, is it okay if I submit like the first portion that I had? Because I don't have a laptop, so I had to do the other part in the library. And then I sent it to you on email because I couldn't submit it because you only have one attempt on Canvas. But I'm not sure if you was able to receive the email. I just wanted a little confirmation that you received the email so I know you got it.
Did you submit it when it was due or after it was due?
No, I submitted it when it was due, and then I emailed you the other portion for the.
Okay, you didn't submit the both portions at the same time?
The second portion, I emailed it to you the next day when you said I can.
Yeah, how come? Okay, so you don't have the when you did the first portion, but you did the first part of it in Excel?
Yeah, it's because on my iPad I don't have the data analysis, so I wasn't able to do the histogram. So I did it on the laptop and then I
Okay, I
submitted it
see.
to you. But I did
see.
everything else on Excel and I submitted it when it was due.
What is okay? What's your name?
Kimura Daily.
Yeah. Yeah. Submitted. I'm talking about Excel assignment 1.
Yes.
Yeah. You submitted the histogram, the first part, which is midpoint.
Yeah, I did all of that.
In the canvas, but the other one
Yes.
in an email.
The histogram and the box plot, that is on your email.
Okay. Box plot. Yeah. Some part of assignment 1 in my email. No problem. Take care of it. Because
Thank
as long as
you.
you submitted it on by the due date, yes. Okay. All right. Another question before we leave.
I wanted to ask about something. It's not really a question though.
Go ahead.
See, I wasn't sure if I would be able to start this semester because I didn't have housing, and I did end up getting housing. It was just 2 weeks later after the semester started. I'm having some challenges because with my advisor, because I have 2 classes scheduled at the same time, this class and another class. I emailed you about it. I'm not sure if you received it. I texted you on Canvas and I emailed you.
What's the name? What's your name?
Anaya Willis.
I think I remember I responded to one of your emails that I said
Yeah, I emailed you on
read
the
my announcement and follow the direction there because the class
first day saying that I wasn't sure if I would be able to have my housing. And then I emailed you again a day or two ago, letting you know the situation with the classes being set for the same time in the same day. So my advisor is working on it, but I'm aware of it. So is it possible that I could make up the assignments that I missed?
Well, I remember I responded to you, say just follow my, even if you don't, first of all, this is a remote class. You don't have to be in the school, college. So
yeah.
Then also I have a direction for the first few assignments that you can just do at home. So that's why I sent that email. Did you do any of them?
Yeah, I did the one that was due last week, and I've been trying to catch up on it on the work. But the problem is that I have a class at this same time on this same day.
Yeah, I understand. So I continue with the one that are current now. Then in November, 2nd week of November, that means you missed the first week assignment. That's what it means. 2nd week of November, you can request for the makeup for that first week assignments.
Okay.
Continue with the current one. Make sure that you continue. Now, how about the other class? Did you continue with the class that they have the same time?
Yes, I'm so confused on it myself, but my advisor was saying how in the system, one of the classes are marked as asynchronous and the other one is marked as online. And I believe this one is the one that's online.
Yeah.
My other class is marked asynchronous when in fact it does have a meeting time. So when basically the other class I haven't been able to attend to, if you understand what. So yeah, it's just very confusing. I'm not sure which class will stay or which class will end up getting switched, but I just want to make sure that I'm able to make up the work for this one if this is the one that I have to stay in.
Yeah, because your situation is very unique because attendance makeup is based on attendance here, but what's her name again? Kimura, right?
No, Anaya Willis.
Yeah, Anaya Willis. Yes, I remember I responded to the email. Yeah, have class conflicts.
Yeah.
Class conflict. Okay. Conflict with mine.
So you said the first
continue with the current assignments. The one that are currently due. Then in November, 2nd week of November, then you can request for makeup. And remind me that we talked about this.
Okay, I will.
Because the only is a unique case. Two classes are clashing at the same time.
Very stressful.
I know. All right, guys. I see you next week then.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.